To edit a photo in Paint, you can open Paint and insert a photo. So you go to your Start button, click on it. Now if Paint isn't already in your Start menu, you can go to All Programs, up to Accessories, click on it, and then come down and click on Paint. The program Paint will open, and it will open with a blank canvas. To insert your photo, go to the drop down arrow under Paste, click on that, click on Paste From. When you find the photo you want, you can double click on it, or you can click on it and click Open, and Paint will insert a copy of the photo. However, normally I've already found my photo, which I will do, and I've decided I want to open it once I've already found it. So I make a copy of it in my pictures library. I then right click on the copy that I've made, come down to Open With, go across and click on Paint. And this time the photo opened in the Paint program. This is a copy of the photo because I made the copy beforehand, and I'll zoom it down so you can see it. And that's the way I normally do it. I make the copy and then I open it with Paint. Hi, we're just going to look now at a few basic tools available in Paint that you can use for photo editing. When you first open Paint with your photo in it, it normally opens on the Home tab and you have access to these tools. It's normally got brushes selected and colour 1, which tends to default into black. If you click on the down arrow under the word brushes, you will see that there are a variety of brushes available. And if you click on size, you also have a choice of stroke widths available. Although it's defaulted to black, you just left click on any of these colours here to change it to that particular colour. Or, because we're dealing with photos, you may want to choose a colour that matches the colour in the photo. To do that, you come over to this little thing here, and it's called a colour picker. Left click on it and then come down to your photo, and when it looks like a little eyedropper and it's where you want it to be, for example, if I would like to pick this brown colour, I will put the little eyedropper thing over the brown and left click. And if you now look at colour 1, it has become this colour. So I can now, on my page, draw or whatever with the paintbrush in that colour. If I don't like it, I simply undo it. If I want another colour, I can go to the colour picker again, left click on it again, and say this time I decide I would like the blue. So I bring that little eyedropper thing down to the blue, left click on it, and now I have pale blue. And I'll do it on the horse so you can see it. But that's the blue. Don't like it? Undo it. I can go back to the colour picker again. Say I'd like it to be this browny colour in here. Click on the browny colour, and there it is there. I could also change the brush, and I could change the size. So that's the colour picker and the brush and the size. We could also use this little thing here called a magnifier. So if you click on that, that will zoom out wherever you put it. So if I put it over the head, left click, put it back over the head again, left click, back over the head again, and I can keep doing that, and I just left click it every time till it goes to about 800%. That's as far as it goes, and then I can work on this area, or I shall now zoom it back to 50 using the slider. There's a little thing in here called an eraser. I left click on it, but you're not likely to want to use it because it actually takes the photo away down to the white canvas. So I'll show you that. And you can see I've just removed the horse's legs, but I've gone to white canvas. So I'll undo that. My favourite tool that I use most often is actually this rectangle. And if you click on it, you can drag out a rectangle on the page, and I'll drag it out here. Now once you've dragged it out, you can go into it, do a right click to get a menu, left click on the word copy, stay within the rectangle, do a right click again, and left click on the word paste. And you've now made a copy of whatever was in that rectangle, and you can move that copy around. Now not only can you move it around, so long as you stay within the rectangle and don't click out here, you can take these little square things and make it smaller, and make it bigger, and make it whatever you want. But you must stay within the rectangle, because the minute you click outside the rectangle, and I'll do it now, I'll left click, it becomes embedded in the photo and it's part of it, and you can't re-edit it. The only thing you can do is undo it and start again. So we'll do that. I'm still on the rectangle, it's selected. I will now drag out a rectangle. Now this time I'm going to move it to show you what happens if you accidentally move it. Just moved it a little bit and I can see this white mark here. Now that's because I have exposed the white canvas underneath the photo. So it's quite common that somebody will say, I got these marks and I didn't know where they came from or how to get rid of them. The easiest way to get rid of that white mark if you don't want it is to use the undo button and start again, do the rectangle again. So I've selected a rectangle, and this time I'm going to click on this little down arrow on the rotate. And right down the bottom it says flip horizontal. So I'm going to flip it. And now my horse is going the other way, which is different. Now he's going back that way. So there's a lot of things you can do in Paint. I'll just click out of it to deselect it. You could, if you want, put an arrow or a shape there. So I'll click on that arrow, I'll come to my picture and I'll just drag out an arrow. Now as you can probably see, the outline of this arrow is brown. That's because the outline is determined by colour 1. So if I come to this word outline, click on it, click on solid colour to make sure it stays solid, and then I'll click on black. The outline changed to black. If I come down to the word fill, click on the little arrow beside it, click on solid colour. Now the fill is colour number 2. And to change colour number 2, I have to click on it first and then choose a colour here. And as you may notice that while I'm dragging my cursor along these colours, I'm actually getting a preview here of what the colour will look like. So if I start here, and if I think, well, I like that, I'll just left click on that one. And now I have a red arrow with a black outline. that's about all there is that I can show you. It's really a matter of doing it for yourself. You can add text with this tool here, the text tool, but I have done a separate video for that. And it's just a matter of playing around and figuring it out for yourself. Okay?